All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Divij's Den podcast. Man, I just got back from New York today. I'm pretty jet lagged. I'm not gonna lie to you, but we're gonna power through it. And you know, I was like, I want to have a deep conversation today because I feel like lately it's been actually we have been having a lot of deep conversations. So I guess this would just be a continuation of those deep conversations.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah. But dude, it's my birthday in 2 weeks, and every time my birthday comes around, I'd like to take a couple weeks before I change into the new age to just like reflect on the past year, really kind of like get my head straight and be like, okay, where, you know, by the time the next year rolls around, like what do I want to accomplish? Like who do I want to be?
Yeah.
Who are the people that I want to have around me? Like, you know, what are the projects that are going to be the most important? And so this next 2 weeks is a really big like reflection period. And, I just love doing that. And so today I think is like kind of the start of that because tomorrow's the first day of August. So I wrote down a bunch of topics that I want to kind of just like talk about. We have things like attachment and love, faith and belief, travel and exploration, family and roots, financial health, emotional health and self-awareness. And then at the end, we're going to have some wild card deep cuts.
Wild card deep cuts. Yeah. Okay.
Also, this is all ChatGPT, so I can't take any credit for it. But yeah, dude. Well, thank you for coming. I'm so sorry I didn't even give you an introduction.
Yeah, of course.
We got Grant, Till Death Network, as a co-host.
I'm back again.
Back again.
Yeah, I think we can start. I think I'm gonna start plugging my personal page more.
Yeah.
As I grow into my producer bag.
Yeah.
I think I'm like, Grant Blackwell. That's who I am now.
Yeah.
Till death. I'm still Till Death. Of course, I always will be Till Death. I have it literally tatted on my arms. But I think I'm moving into my Grant Blackwell stage of life right now. Yeah.
How did you come up with Till Death? Let's talk about that. Actually,
I know you because you always every time you say it, you're like, when do you call it Till Life? Or
because when I hear Till Death, without thinking about it, I immediately think it's like a dark connotation. But then when you think about it, it's Till Death. It's actually love.
Yeah.
Is that
Till death do us part? I mean,
yeah,
but I mean, I've always liked a darker aesthetic, though. I can't lie. And when I came up with it, I was really into kind of that darker vibe and darker imagery. Not saying that I was like into satanic things and stuff like that, but I liked like
you
that,
do have a
that
pitchfork on your arm.
It's not a pitchfork. It's a candelabra.
What is that?
It's like a candle holder. It's like one of those like antique candle holders that has like the arms and stuff, like in Beauty and the Beast and stuff.
That feels like something they put on like the table, like a massive table after they like sacrificed a couple of children or something.
No, they don't sacrifice. They just no. It's like when kings and queens feast, they have candelabras all over.
Got it.
But no, I think I was just into kind of not darker things, but just kind of like the imagery of like rock music stuff or like heavy metal stuff and just that kind of imagery I think I was into, even like the hip hop I was listening to was kind of on the darker, like more emotional, depressive, side. But I don't know. I think it spoke to me. I don't know what it was. It started as like a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And I just thought it sounded cool, and looked cool on like a print. But and then it slowly evolved into what it is now, which is basically a production company. And I just stuck with it. I don't know. Just kind of went with it. And I made the graphic. And so there's little things that I've kind of kept as my aesthetic is like the barbed wire and, that
You've
type
done
of
a good job of that. Because like when I think about like Lyrical Lemonade and like, I mean, the lemonade can or whatever, so ingenious. But I think you also kind of have that, like the end of every video, it has the twirling
logo
thing. So to me, you can recognize like a Till Death project from like a something else project. But what's making you what's making you want to become Grant Blackwell to the world? Like do you think you're going to try and build a character, like a personality for the people? But also that's your real name.
Yeah, so that's kind of my official, like my actual real name is Grant Gilmore. But my middle name is Blackwell. It's my mom's maiden last name. She kept her last name. She didn't take my dad's last name.
I see.
And me and my mom are like twins in a lot of ways. So I always just kind of went more to the Blackwell side, I would say. Yeah. And yeah, Grant Blackwell just sounds cooler too. But it's also my director name and film and production and stuff like that. And I think that I'm kind of naturally honing in more on like Grant Blackwell as like a personality or a person. One, because of my podcast with my girlfriend, Hanging Out Forever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Grant Blackwell on that. And as people get to know me as Grant Blackwell, and I think I've just been doing things outside of Till Death as well, with production and producing podcasts and stuff like that. I think just, yeah, Grant Blackwell. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who
And I'm
you are.
going to own it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's interesting. We were just talking about this off camera. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like in entertainment, you know, I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to like need to play a personality so that, you know, like energy levels need to be at a certain place. And I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm just like I told you, if I'm in a shitty mood, or if I'm tired, or if I'm sad, or if I'm happy, like I'm just going to be in that mode. And I think if people can learn stuff, then that's great. Mm-hmm. Not to say that you should use those things as like excuses to be like negative or like
Or lazy.
Or lazy.
Yeah.
But like be yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
I think most people can see through it too. If you're like really putting on an act, it's not going to come off as authentic, and the people are smart, you know, the viewers are smart, and they'll see right through it, or they just won't connect with it.
Yeah.
So they want to connect with people that are being authentic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also so beautiful, bro. Like it still baffles my mind that like God made us each so unique and so specific, and gave us our qualities and traits for a reason. And it's like, even when I was in New York the last couple of days, I really didn't do much work, but I was just walking around. I did like 30,000 steps a day, just looking at people. And I was just like
That's
appreciating.
That's what you do in New York too. Yeah.
You could waste the whole day just walking around.
Uh-huh.
But I was just like appreciating everybody. I was like, dang, like there's beauty in everybody in so many ways, bro. And but we'll get into that. I think let's talk about some of these topics, dude. So I have just decided that I'm gonna reverse engineer this, and we're gonna start from the deep cuts.
We're starting from the deep cuts. Gotcha.
So, and by the way, you can clap back with questions. You can ask whatever, but I want this podcast to be to get people to like think about the questions as well. So that's why it's going to come across as like a Q&A, but I want them to also like
think about it.
I want them to think about it for themselves.
Gotcha.
What's the truth about yourself you're still learning? What's the truth about yourself you're still learning to accept?
I'm still learning to accept about myself. I think I can, man, that is deep. I think I can be stubborn, probably selfish, maybe. I think I can be. Especially, you know, when I first got in my relationship, I was just used to being single and used to only having to take care of myself in a way.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to get used to the fact that there's somebody else here that I have to just give time to, and, you know, give a lot to, because it takes a lot to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think I probably still suffer with that a little bit, but I think that I've gotten better with being selfless, especially towards, you know, my significant other, but with people in general too, just being more giving.
That's great.
Yeah. Like I don't take from people, I've noticed, you know, like that I'm proud to say that I'm not like somebody like that who's like a mooch or like whatever, do somebody wrong or steal from somebody, whatever it may be. I'm not that way, but I think I could be a little bit more selfless.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
I think it's also seasons too, though, right? Like, I feel like there are seasons in your life where you should be selfish.
Yeah. There's healthy selfishness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where you should really go deep and like be alone for like a long time, or like a little time. Dang. Okay, that was a good answer, bro.
Well, here, what's your answer now?
Are you gonna reverse it?
Are you doing like a Q&A with me, or is it like we both are going?
Open mic. I could do it. I can go.
What's something? I forgot the question, but
what's the truth about Divij that he's still learning to accept?
Yeah.
Dang, I think I'm at a point where I I've learned to like really accept everything for how it is. Like I am today where I am because of the decisions that I made and da 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 da. And that has brought me a lot of peace.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. I think when the lack of peace comes is when there's friction between where you are and then what was or what is going to be, like
where
that.
you want to be.
The gap is where the anxiety comes in. And I think when there's no
sure.
gap in the past or in the future from the present, then it's just peace and joy.
And it's like the unknown that really stresses you out, I feel.
Yeah.
It stresses most people out, yeah. Of not knowing what's coming between that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what was the question? I somehow turned that into a positive.
Yeah, what's something that you want to work on or get better at?
Yeah, that was the question. Wow, I turned that into a complete Divij is the best situation. Dang. Dang, that's a hard question.
It's hard to think of stuff. It's hard to think of things.
Yeah. I think we'll cut around this. But I'll give it a real
we don't
answer.
have to. What's something that you want to work on or something that you can improve on? You're pretty dialed. You're pretty, you know what I mean?
Dang, no, there's a lot of things. Like,
Yeah.
but I definitely have what you have, like the selfishness issue for sure. That's definitely one that I want to work on. But I was trying to choose something different than what you said.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I think I just want to go deeper in my relationship with God, and that's where my curiosity is right now. And I'm pretty like laser focused on like what is important to me, and so like when I get very obsessive, and so that's kind of what I'm obsessed with right now. But I mean, I know I have flaws, bro. I have so many flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a terrible person, and people don't see the things that
You're a terrible person.
Like we're all. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like we're all broken to some degree, and we all fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like I have nasty thoughts sometimes. Not that I take action on them, but I have terrible things.
That's normal though. I mean, like,
yeah.
What is it? What is it called? Those thoughts that just pop in your head that are
Intrusive.
Intrusive, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has intrusive thoughts. You know what I mean? It's really just about your intent and if you act on them, or if they're just thoughts, then they're nothing.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can't be too hard on yourself because that's where like when religion comes into it, there's kind of this model of what you should be or what you should be thinking, and it's like if this thought pops in my head, like why am I even thinking it? Like why you start to doubt yourself and be like, do I even deserve to be religious or be, the son of God or however you want to look at it, because I'm having these thoughts in the first place. So like, but I think that's just, you're putting a little, maybe too much pressure on yourself to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll cut around that part where I was like, yeah, I'm terrible. And we'll cut around this part too.
It's fine. No, stop. We don't have to cut any of that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll cut
we'll cut around all this.
It's not bad.
I don't beat myself up or
okay.
Like I've fully forgiven myself for my past and whatever, but I know that without God I'm a filthy human being, and like he really like takes me. Like bro, what baffles me is if I know that if I didn't have a relationship with God, I would be acting on those thoughts. Period. I know it because I'm a terrible person, and
Well, it depends on what they are. Like, are they just are they like? I don't want to say anything because I don't want to put you
incriminate me
in a position to say some incriminating things. But
no, I wouldn't.
Is it something that's like so horribly morally wrong?
No, not like murder or something.
Yeah, it's not murder, but is it like cheating on your girlfriend? Or
no,
something?
I would never do that. But like lying or, I think lying's like a good example.
Lying can be a slippery slope.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just like stealing something. Like I guess what I'm trying to get at is without the strength from God, like I couldn't rely on my own strength because I'm an imperfect being. Like, but when it comes from Him, I don't do those things because I realize that, like, Jesus wouldn't do that. And so, anyways, I guess my point of that is like, it baffles me when I think about old Divij that didn't have a relationship with Him, like. Like I can't imagine how people live their life without that.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
And whether it's God, you know, I think what it really is like a relationship with the deepest part of yourself, right? Like your higher self, that. But if you don't have that relationship, then it's like the world will just take you for a spin, and you'll do things that you shouldn't do.
I think there are some people that need that kind of extra guide, you know, from religion or meditation, whatever it may be, you know. I think that, well, I think most people need something to like help them just get through life in general, you know, or to just be sane in life.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to the gym, working out, and just stuff like that just keeps you kind of locked in and focused. But I think the majority of people, and this is kind of maybe a crazy take, but I think the majority of people have that moral compass in them, and you obviously know when you're doing wrong and when you're doing right. And I think the majority of people want to just live their life and just do right.
You think so?
I think so. I think the majority of people.
Do you think that's naive? Don't you think that's a little naive?
No, because I still keep my guard up. You know what I mean? I'm not just walking around town. Like, I'm not walking around downtown LA being like,
hey, guys,
flexing on my shit, you know, because like I could get robbed. But do I think that the majority of people just want to like live their life and just not bother anybody and not be bothered? Yeah. You know, and I think most people have a somewhat good moral compass where they're not going to go murder somebody, or they're not going to go fuck somebody over. Most people want to just have good relationships with people, and you know, I think that there's some people who are, you know, have different, the way that their brain works is maybe different, you know, like they might see situations differently than it may be, or they might be more paranoid or even more naive, you know, but I think the majority of people are just trying to do their best, man. Especially in the U.S., like the vibe in the U.S. is not. It doesn't bring people together. It's very like individualistic.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need to make as much money as possible, or else I'm gonna fucking starve. You know.
Yeah.
So, I think having that pressure on top of it, I think the majority of people are handling it well. You know, because if that wasn't the case, then it'd be fucking chaos all the time. It'd be chaos. We'd walk outside and either get robbed or get shot or killed. Or
that does happen.
It does, but it's not constantly going on. You know.
Yeah. Dude, I was in New York when the shooting happened. Like, I was down the street.
Oh yeah, wait. What happened? There was something that happened
recently? Bro, it was
recently?
crazy. I was with my friend Noah, who, by the way, is armed, so we were good.
Yeah.
But we were just like eating at Honey Brains, and that we look at our phones, and there was an active shooter that went into the NFL building and killed, I think, like 3 or 4 or 5 people.
Oh my God.
I don't know why I'm smiling. It's terrible.
Yeah, no, that is horrible. I feel like I did hear about that, but I didn't know exactly where it was going down. I didn't know it was in New York.
Yeah. It was messed up. I was smiling because I'm so sorry. My friend that I was with was making me laugh about other things, and I'm remembering the jokes that he was telling me. But at the same time, we found out about this shooting. Yeah. Tragic, bro. Yeah. Like, super sad.
No, that's crazy. For some reason, I didn't put the 2 and 2 together that it happened in New York. But yeah.
Yeah, sad stuff. Yeah, rest in peace to the people that we lost, and prayers to their families, because I can't imagine. Like, bro, can you imagine, like, you're just like, bye, honey, I'll see you after work. And then you look in the news and your wife is gone, or like your child or dad was murdered. I don't even
want to think about that. That's something that, you know, being in a serious relationship for the past like 10 years, that's something I think about like every day. Honestly.
Losing your loved one.
Yeah. Like the fear of just them going out into the world and something horrible happening to them. That's something that scares me literally every day.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't like cripple me in fear, But it's something I think about for sure. You know, when I see her driving off in the morning to go to work or whatever, anything could happen.
Yeah.
It's
You
scary.
never know when it's the last time.
No, it's really scary. It's, you know, it's why you should cherish every moment with the people you love.
Do you make sure that you tell her you love her like every time she leaves?
Yeah, I tell her things like that like every time I'm with her constantly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just genuinely appreciate her too, so I'm just like constantly giving her love for multiple reasons. But yeah, the idea of like it possibly being the last time, I think is a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a deep thought, bro. I think about that too. Every time I'm with my mom or my dad or my sister, like I make sure that I make eye contact before they leave and I say I love you and I make sure that they hear it.
Yeah.
And it's important, bro. And it's so crazy that that actually happens. And
yeah, it happens every day.
yeah, it's messed up. But you know, that actually makes me think about something else that I read, which is you shouldn't attach yourself to one place, one person, one thing, one organization. You know what I'm saying? Like you should only attach yourself to your purpose and your mission and your higher calling.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was interesting. Of like,
you shouldn't attach yourself. Like in what
Yeah.
way? Like,
I don't know if that was the quote.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's easy to you know, fall into the habits of going to the same places, seeing the same people, doing the same things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
should switch it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you're like really good at doing stuff like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good at like switching it up. I feel like you're constantly meeting new people. And then also even like when we travel for the pod or something, like you go to like a new gym every time, or you find new things, activities for you to kind of go out and do, you know, like whether it's boxing or whatever, and you're going to put yourself in a new environment to meet new people and to make new relationships and stuff like that. Like you're a really social guy. When I think about it, you got a lot of like people in your life, a lot of friends and stuff.
It's interesting you say that because sometimes I feel like I have not that many. Like it feels pretty small. Like I was literally right before we did the podcast, I was counting on my fingers like how many like true friends and people that I have, and I have 10.
Well, that's
And
still
like,
that's
all
a
I
lot.
need.
That's a lot though.
I'm very happy with the 10. Yeah.
I probably got like 5. No, probably more than that. Yeah, it's probably like around 10. I think 10's
a good
like
number.
10's a good number. Yeah, including like my family and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it though, you know, have a smaller group
Yeah.
that you can really trust and love, and everybody outside of that is just kind of passing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, friendly but
Civil.
not yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. I think as men in society nowadays and before, it's important to like be very well networked.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, in the industry that we're in,
Especially
100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if you're, you know, in the middle of America and just kind of working like a typical whatever 9-to-5 job or construction or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? Networking isn't really a part of that lifestyle. You know?
That's true.
It's very much a part of just kind of the like LA bubble. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's real.
Networking is everything though for us.
That's all we care about.
Yeah.
That's all we care about.
I mean, yeah.
And not us, but like in
Yeah,
LA,
yeah.
that's like the stigma or like the whatever.
Yeah. Because it's a huge part of it. It really is. But I mean,
It's important.
but it's also good to, it's not necessarily a bad thing though, because I mean, like you meet new people, and some of those people you might not fully mesh with. You might just do business with, whatever it may be. And then some of those people could be your lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, it's not like it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
You know, networking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think one thing that I think about is like, you know, the balance between keeping your heart open for strangers or people to come into your life, but also then guarding yourself and not giving too much of yourself to the world.
Definitely.
And I struggle with that because I'm like, truly in my heart, like I want to go out and I want to talk to everybody because I just want to like make a lot of friends. But then I know that that's not sustainable. It's not focused. It's not disciplined. It's distracting. It can lead to negative things as well if you're giving yourself to everybody and you're not focusing on yourself and the core people that matter. So it's like, what's that true balance?
Yeah.
And where I've been able to find it, I think, is like majority of the day focusing on what I got to do for my God and my health and my family.
For sure.
And then it's my friends, my 5 or 6 friends that I truly care about.
Mm.
And then if I have like 30 minutes to an hour of a day and I want to go get food or like I'm out and about, then I'll talk to some strangers.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has to be like very natural. You don't want to force it.
That's an energy that, you know, you don't want to give out too much of to where you don't have enough for yourself or the people that are your core base, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that makes complete sense. And like you said, like you want to make sure that you're good too, like that, because if you're not good, then you can't give to the people that you want to give to. If you've given too much. And, you know, I think there's a boundary of giving too much to people, or to where you give people the opportunity to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
You know? So like you don't want to be in that position either. You don't want to give too much to somebody.
Real. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We got 3 more questions in this deep cut, so we're going to get to the second one. If your life were a book, what chapter are you in right now?
Whoa, that is deep. That's good.
ChatGPT.
I like that. Good job, chat. Damn. I don't know. I don't read a lot of books, so I don't know like what the sections are called. You know what I mean? Isn't there like a?
I think it's just chapters.
Beginning, middle, and end. I don't know. But which chapter am I on?
Let's say it was a 10-chapter book.
10-chapter book.
Yeah.
That's tough. Because I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say that I'm, you know, I don't want to shoot too high here and be like, oh, I'm almost near the end. Because I don't feel that way. I don't feel like I'm almost near the end. But I feel very happy right now.
That's great.
Like that feeling of you're approaching the end of it, or you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I still feel like I have a lot to do, and that feels good. Like I don't feel afraid of that, you know?
Yeah.
The work to come. But I don't know. I think I would say like I'm probably out of 10 chapters, probably like 6 or 7.
Dang.
I don't know.
Really?
Is that too high, you think?
Yeah, bro. That's like you're going to like die in like 2 months.
Well, no, I'm not going to die, but I mean like to like what's the end goal here? Like just happiness?
Think it was when I thought of that question, I was like, okay, average like maybe 100 years, we're 30, almost 30, chapter 3.
No way though, bro. You think that you're on chapter 3 of I guess it's kind of like, what are we gauging it? Like success or like, you know,
I think when I think of that question, I think it was just like my entire life. Like I look at my life as a book and I'm like, okay, bet I'm turning 29, which means I'm at the end of chapter 2, assuming I can live to 100, which I think I can do.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe like I'll probably go to like 80.
You're a healthy guy.
Thank you.
80, you probably live past 80.
I'm healthy minus my nicotine addiction.
Yeah, but they'll figure out a way to just freaking like, I don't even know. You just like take a pill and like you get high or something. You know what I mean? And it like does nothing to your body.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would say I'm on like chapter 2, right? Like I'm wrapping chapter 2. I'm going into chapter 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
You said chapter 7.
I mean,
like,
bro, I'm just basing
you aged yourself like crazy on that.
I mean, I wasn't even thinking of age and stuff, I guess. I was just kind of thinking of like where I am with like my career, my relationships.
Dang. You got an old soul.
I think I'm just basing it off that of like feeling content.
Yeah.
So
then what is chapter 10? Like what is that last chapter?
Just chilling, bro.
Retirement,
yeah.
So you think you're like pretty close to retirement?
No, I don't think. Yeah, see,
Dude,
okay. I knew I was going to shoot too high. Yeah, I knew I was going to shoot too high on it. But yeah, maybe like chapter 4, I guess. Chapter 4.
That's good, yeah. That's good.
I still have a lot I want to do for sure. But I feel like I'm on that path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel like completely lost. Like I'm still searching. I feel like I'm on a path right now.
That's great.
Sure. And the path continues to evolve, which I love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good feeling, bro. When you feel like, yo, I'm on my purpose.
Yeah.
But it's ever changing to where it's like it's still exciting, it's still fun. Mm-hmm. And we got this cool stuff coming up, which we'll announce eventually whenever we can. But
But yeah, things keep exposing themselves. These new opportunities, and new paths, new journey.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
What's one belief you've let go of that changed everything?
One belief that I've let go of that's changed everything. One belief that I've let go of. I don't know. I can't. That one's tough. That one's really tough.
That's a hard question. Yeah.
One belief that I've let go of. I don't know. I think maybe like the only thing I can think of really is like I feel like there was a random point there where I was like really into like political stuff. Like I was like following a lot of politics.
Yeah.
And I guess it's every time like the presidential race comes around, I start to tap in a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then there was a time a while ago though that I felt like I was like pretty deep in it, and like all the content I was consuming was like political creators and content and stuff like that. And like that kind of stuff can just like really skew your mind a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it makes you feel more like self-righteous, and you start to kind of look down on other people because of their beliefs or political beliefs. And I think at this point I've definitely kind of let a lot of that go. You know what I mean? I do think that like your political beliefs and like how you see political things, because I think political beliefs and like social beliefs have combined at this point. So I definitely, I think I see when a person believes in something, I think that means a lot to who that person is, even if it's political, you know.
Yeah.
I still believe that, but I'm not going to judge them because of it. You know, I'll definitely be like, okay, that's what you believe in. And I mean, you know, I might disagree, whatever, but that doesn't mean that we can't find common ground in some other way, you know? So
Yeah.
I think that's something I've let go a little bit more, of just kind of letting people be who they are and believe what they want to believe. You know, it's at the end of the day, like, I think everybody just wants the best for the country or whatever when it comes to politics. And I think there's just different ways of getting there.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that is horrible because it's dividing people, you know, this political like blood sport that it's become at this point. You know, there's so many different things that are dividing us right now. And I just don't want to be any part of that, you know?
Dang. Interesting. That's a great answer. So did you were big into politics, and then when you realized that it was maybe what I'm gathering, it was causing you to be a little judgmental, and it was dividing maybe you from other people.
Here,
and
you want to move the...
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like dividing your relationship, or creating a gap between you and others, and maybe others between others and others. And so you've pulled back on that, and that's brought you closer now to people?
I would say.
That's cool.
I would say. It's definitely brought me closer to people and less like judgmental of people. Because I think like a lot of people who vote for a certain person or whatever, a lot of people don't take the time to like do the deep research and stuff like that, so they don't necessarily like know all the ins and outs of what that person may be doing, or like what their movement represents in a way. They're just kind of like think one thing of that guy, and they're like, oh yeah, he does this, okay, so I'll vote for him, you know, whatever it may be. You know, like not a lot of people were like deep diving in political debates and stuff like I was, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you just can't judge people. And it's like, and also I think this is a thing with people who are in politics, or people who consume political content and even like conspiracy theory content type stuff, is eventually like you get into it because it's so interesting, and you're like seeing all these people go back and forth, and it's like this whole thing. So you get really interested into it, but then you realize that you can't do anything about these issues. Personally, you can't change anything. So then you also, so that's another reason of like letting go in a way, is like, I can watch a million of these fucking videos of these people debating or whatever, but like, it's not going to change anything.
Watching it's not going to change anything.
Watching it's not going to change anything, but also just like diving so deep into it. Like, I think that it's kind of fucked. This is kind of a fucked up take, but I think that the majority of people can't change anything. Like, I think that there's a handful of people at the top that could change shit if they wanted to, but I don't think they want to, you know. I don't think that the people can really change much.
Dang.
Which is kind of a sad reality when you think about it.
Yeah. When you say that, you know, I have to disagree, because I think when I see your perspective, of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I think about the music industry, and I'm like, I know there's these people at the top that run everything, and like they have, it's closed doors. Like, people don't know what's going on. They got it as a monopoly. They don't want things to change because they run it and they get their money. But I think when people at the lower level that, even like someone like Kanye, despite, you know, I don't support his recent things that he did, but you can't deny if you've seen the Yeezus documentary, when he's dancing on the label's table, like, you know, stepping up to the plate, and he's delusionally confident. Like, I think that is the mentality that we who don't have a voice, but, you know, we live in LA, or we have a skill set that God's given us, and we can take advantage of our resources or our time or our skill set or our talent, despite maybe being nobody. I think you can make a difference. And I think that, I mean, that's what this podcast, like, God willing, in 10 years, you know, we're sitting here and there's Donald Trump right there, and we're having a conversation. And like, I think if you have that crazy mentality of like, yo, I think I can accomplish this, even though it's,
I think people can accomplish it for sure. But like, when it comes to like changing the infrastructure of like one of the like most, I don't even know how to say it, like most popular countries in the world or whatever, that's like, that takes a lot of power. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anybody can do and think and be whatever they want to be, I feel. Yeah. I don't think there's people, I think that we have a lot of freedom. But yeah, America. I think that we have a lot of freedom in this country, you know what I mean? So like, we can do a lot and get a lot done for sure. Yeah. But when it comes to like changing kind of like these rooted things that are still in this country, like that, I think is going to take hundreds of years probably. Yeah. You know, so it's like our generation probably won't be here when things actually like are changed or uprooted, you know, things like that. That's kind of what I mean by that. And like these people in, you know, take like conspiracy theorists for interest or for instance, like they believe that like, they believe some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? Like they believe that the world is flat or whatever. Yeah. But they will never get the satisfaction of CNN or like somebody who is actually doing tons and tons of research and will like release actual documents of the world is flat. They'll never get that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's some people that believe things where you will never get to the end of that rabbit hole because there's not an answer for it and you'll never get it. Yeah. And so you just keep digging and digging and digging, going deeper and deeper. And it's like the same with politics. Like you dig deep. And then at the end of the day, like you don't get the satisfaction of like what you started with of like trying to achieve. Like you're like, oh, we can probably get to this point, you know, and then it never happens because of corruption or whatever it may be. But even like with conspiracy theories, you know, there's a lot of that just isn't real or isn't true. Yeah. And people will just dig and dig forever, you know, even with the people who are like super like MAGA'd out, you know, and that MAGA shit, bro, goes deep. Yeah. Like it goes super deep. Like the conspiracy theories surrounding that goes super deep. Like they think that Joe Biden, there's like a part of it where like Joe Biden died years ago. Yeah. And they have a imposter Joe Biden that was running the country for a while.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to give it up to Trump or whatever it may be. And dude, like those people that believe that, like there are some people who are like literally like ruining their families over conspiracy theories like that. And they'll never actually get the satisfaction of getting those answers to that conspiracy, but they'll ruin their whole life for it.
Yeah. That's interesting. But their kids would be around to see those changes.
True or not.
Perhaps.
But I mean, what if you get so deep into it, and this happened, like if you get so deep into it that that's all you obsess over, and now you're that crazy aunt in the family that nobody wants to talk to, or you like literally lose your family because of it.
Yeah.
Because you're so ingrained, you're like, I know this is true, like, and Donald Trump's going to get us out of it. You know what I mean? And it'll happen one day, and it just never comes, and you just lose everything because of it. You know, there's people that are losing everything because
these crazy beliefs.
Because of these crazy beliefs, you know. And what's his face? And Donald Trump, like, leans into that shit, bro. Like, he wants a cult. He wants people to, like, believe that crazy shit. So he's like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't vote for me, and, you know, I'll give you all the answers. And then it never comes, you know.
Yeah. I get the vibe that you're a Democrat, Grant.
No, I wouldn't even say that either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think my views are lean more liberal, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say. I think there's more empathy on the liberal side, and that's what kind of pulls me over to it more.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of want to do a political discussion podcast with you where we just strictly talk politics.
I mean, I don't know. I don't go too deep with that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know like facts and stuff like that.
I'll be honest, I don't either.
I kind of just...
I was just going to chat GPT the whole thing.
Yeah. I kind of just go off of... I mean, that's a very liberal thing for me to say.
Just off the vibes.
Yeah, I'm like, I was going to say, like, I don't go off facts. I just go off the feeling.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. I stay out of that shit, honestly. And I don't really care what people's political beliefs are at this point, to be honest. Like, I really could care less.
Yeah, I feel you. Mm-hmm. Dude, I got a jet.
What time is it?
8:15.
Okay.
But
that was solid, though.
Bro, this was good. Yeah, I'm so glad we did this. And God willing, we'll do another Boys Only very soon. And
sure.
I won't be jet lagged. And we're going to get even deeper because I had like 50 questions that were like super deep, but we got through three of them.
We spun off of those ones that you did bring up, though. That was good.
Yeah, but we'll get into it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys go follow the Till Death Network.
Grant Blackwell.
Grant Blackwell.
Grant Blackwell, yeah.
On Instagram.
Pushing the Grant Blackwell now.
Pushing the real persona.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys leave a review, subscribe, let us know what you think about all these questions and think about them for yourself. You know, take some time to reflect on what are the things that what are the questions? Things that you have changed.
Yeah, things that you have changed or that you want to change or that you have changed.
That you have,
What was it? It was deep as fuck. It was
Here's the questions for you guys. I'm gonna leave you with these.
Yeah.
What's the truth about yourself you still are learning to accept?
Mm-hmm.
If your life were a book, what chapter are you in right now?
Yeah.
And what's one belief you've let go of that changed everything? And the bonus question, which we didn't get to, which we'll get to next time, is if you could go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? But that's it, man. Thank you guys. Yeah, we'll get to that one.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next episode of the Divij podcast.